Hello, everyone. Let's see if we can see anyone here. Okay, welcome everyone that will watch that later on. We have 2 people. Let's see. I can't see, I don't know why. Usually I can. Okay. So it's Larissa here. Today we'll talk about essential oils, the one-on-one class. So it's the basic class. And we will talk about the 10 main essential oils, the core foundation of this wellness path with them. I'll put here my contact, my name on Facebook. It's Larissa S.R. Pombo. I also have my new brand Facebook page, Armonia Pilates. Armonia, it's A-R-M-O-N-E-A. And my phone number, it's 61 Australia 411215401. So anyone that wants more information about it, contact me later on or purchase some oils, because today we are here to help everyone that want to know more about essential oils, and we are here to help people that want to get them. Cool. And everyone that comes can say hello in the chat there and interact with us as much as you want. And if you have any questions, you can pop up there, and once I can answer, I'll do that. So, let's see. It's good here? Yeah, I think so. It's a little bit far today. Because today it's not only a webinar, so we have guests in live, in person. So it's not the same structure that we usually have in webinars. So that's why it's a little bit different. I'm not that close to the camera today. So first of all, we'll talk about the definition of essential oils. Do you have an idea of what essential oils are?
Yes.
You can talk to me if you want. Okay, so essential oils are basically the essence of the plants. So some people say that they are the blood of the plant, the immune system. So it's what keeps the plant surviving, thriving, and has a whole role in pollination and the defense of the plant. And it's very cool that our body in physiology recognizes very well the plants, so knows how to do with the natural chemical compounds that we find in essential oils. So essential oils are the highly volatile natural compounds that we find in plants, in different parts of the plants. But later on we will see that specific parts of the plants and from specific places in the world, they have a higher therapeutic rate. Okay. Another thing that's very important to talk about of essential oils is that they are when they are in the pure form, they're very concentrated and potent. So they are 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. And a very cool example of that is peppermint essential oil, which will be the first one that we will talk about. You can pass on. Do you want to see? And 1 drop of peppermint tea is equivalent of an average of 24 to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So it's very, very powerful. And with peppermint, we always recommend to close your eyes to avoid watering them. And I can't imagine anyone having more than 10 cups of peppermint tea at once, but it's pretty easy to have one or more drops of peppermint tea and have the benefits. The next part that I want to talk about is why I've chosen doTERRA and why our team believes that's the best brand in the world right now. It's a very recent company, only 7 years, and they are already the biggest company that distributes essential oils in the world. First of all, the essential oils of doTERRA are very, very safe. So it's extremely high quality. And doTERRA has established the CPTG quality, which is certified pure therapeutic grade, which actually they made up. Because before that, what we can have here, we'll talk about the different types of essential oils that we can find. So the biggest one there is the synthetic essential oils, which they study the plant and then they recreate the synthetic form in labs, which is maybe good. The smell is okay, and Maximo will help you to remind of something, and that's it. But your body won't recognize that easily and will struggle to use that in a therapeutic form. The other one is food grade, which we call GRAS, so general regarded as safe. I don't know about you, but I'm not okay with general. All the processed foods, for example, are food grade, and it doesn't mean that they are healthy and they are natural and they are good for you. It's just mean that you can ingest. Therapeutic essential oils usually is those oils that the best massage companies use in their treatments. So some of them are organic, some are not, but they are not, usually they have fillers and other things mixed with that dilute that. And CPTG is the quality of doTERRA, which means they are pure, they don't have any fillers. When they are in the roll-on form or blends that have fractionated coconut oil in the mixture, it's written, so you always know. And most of those bottles are purely the essential oil, the essence of the plant. And this CPTG also means that they have several tests from the plant to the bottle. So they have 7 different types of tests that they test in 3 different times in every batch. It's not like sometimes a little bit, it's every batch. If it doesn't achieve that quality that they are looking for, they don't produce that essential oil. That's why sometimes we have rare essential oils that we don't have it every year. Another very, very cool thing about the CPTG is also that doTERRA only uses the part of the plant that has this highest therapeutic grade, not only that smells good, and also where the plant thrives, not only survive. And I'll talk a little bit more about that when we talk about lavender. So they are very effective because of all this quality, and they are also very affordable. Sometimes we see the price there and it seems a little bit expensive and everything, but we need to remember the price per drop and how much you need to use. Sometimes 1 drop is too much. For example, when we use herbal essential oils like oregano and thyme, basil, when you're cooking, usually 1 drop is too much unless you're doing a huge amount. So what we do, we get a toothpick, get a little bit in the bottle and sear in the end. Always remember to not heat the oil and not blend, because then you can lose properties, and when you heat, some oils become toxic. So it's very cost effective as well, not only to your health is effective, but also to your money. Next thing that I want to talk about is how we can use the essential oils. So we can use, so it's this part here. We can use internally, so we can put under our tongue. Not all essential oils we can use internally, but most of them. Wintergreen, for example, it's an oil that we don't suggest to have internally. If you put in, use aromatically or topically, your body knows how to do it with it and won't put where it shouldn't go. But if you consume internally, it will have directly contact with your bowels, your intestines, and then it relaxes too much and you lose a little bit of the peristaltic movements, so you don't go to the toilet that much, which is not good. So we have a list with the oils that you can use internally. So internally, on the tongue, in your water, smoothies, remember to add in the end, not blending. And food, and tastes delicious. And also the smell is amazing when you're having in your food and drinks as well. Topically, so topically you can apply in your skin. You can, some oils, and depending on the type of skin that you have, you can use neat. If you have sensitive skin, or for kids and elderly people, we always say to dilute, consider sensitive skin. So we dilute with fractionated coconut oil. Fractionated coconut oil, it's the normal coconut oil in a different process, so it's always liquid. It doesn't become hard when it's colder. But the most important thing is not only the smell, you don't feel that strong smell of coconut, so you don't go away with smelling coconut all the time. But the most important thing is that the chemical chain is smaller in the fractionated form. So what happens if you put olive oil or normal coconut oil, or especially other oils like macadamia, almond, the chemical chain is too big. So you create a barrier and you don't observe that much. So you won't observe the essential oil that well. With fractionated coconut oil, the chain is smaller, so you don't have that greasy sensation, and you're also observing more because you evaporate less the oil and you observe more and don't create that barrier. Topically, you can use locally where you need. If you want to relax muscles, you put where you want to relax. You can also put in your spine, in any reflexology point. And the part that we always suggest is bottom feet, because it's the part of your body that observes quicker. So in half minutes is in your bloodstream. So it's very cool. Okay, we also have this list of when you can use neat and when you always need to dilute with fractionated coconut oil. Aromatically. Well, aromatically you can use in many forms as well. And I'll show you for the online ones here, one of the diffusers that I have here. So aromatically, you can only put in your hand, spread and deep breath in, or you can put in your clothes, put in the diffuser, which is very amazing. And we always say to use diffusers that have ultrasonic technology, which is vibration, because we don't burn the oils, we can't heat them. Aromatically, some people also put in tissues, for example, in your clothes or tissues in a bag, and then they open and have a sniff when they need to, or directly in the bottle. You can have a sniff. Actually, I put a little bit of this one in my bottle. Okay, so next part is this one. That, sorry if you're looking for a magic pill to solve all your problems, but if you find it, please let me know, but I don't think it exists. So it's not only adding essential oils to your life. Of course, if you have an unhealthy routine and you add essential oils, you improve your quality of life and health. But we need to be aware of all these other responsibilities that we have with ourselves. So eat right, exercise, rest and manage stress, a big one, reduce toxic load, which is pretty difficult these days, and some are it's impossible to not have any toxin in. So some essential oils also help with this process to support your body to detox. And this is all about lifestyle. And then we also have the healthcare, being proactive in medical care, helping the doctors to help you, and informed self-care. So that's why we do this kind of classes to help people with education. Now let's go to the most fun part. So peppermint tea will be the first essential oil that we'll talk about tonight. I'll suggest you to do this test of peppermint. You drop one drop of peppermint essential oil on one hand, with the other hand one thumb. Then you get just a little bit, not the entire drop. And then we will put in the roof of our mouth and breathe in, especially in the back of your mouth. And the rest you can spread. Close your eyes to do that. And you can put in your chest, back of your neck and ears and arms if you want. It's very cooling and refreshing. And what do you know about peppermint? When do you think about, I'll have a peppermint tea for stress? Yes, stress is a good one. And it's very famous for good digestion. But when you do that with your peppermint tea, yeah, woo, you really can feel how opens your airways. So it's very good to support your respiratory system, of course, which is pretty cool. And also emotionally, since you have that, you realize that you breathe better. So if you're stressed with shallow breathing, helps to breathe better. But at the same time gives you this alertness and focus. It's a good repellent as well.
As an insect repellent?
Yeah, insect repellent. Yeah.
Good to know.
And it's very versatile. We have many uses with that. Peppermint, lavender, and lemon are super affordable and versatile oils. And if you have water on top of that with peppermint, it's even more, even fresher. So when it's too hot, I like to put a little bit in a spray bottle, peppermint essential oil and water and spray. Just remember to avoid your eyes because it will water your eyes. So if you sneeze, close your eyes. And also it's very common to use for head tensions. So if you're a little bit foggy or have a little bit of headache, some people say to use in your temples, but don't do that. because it's too close to your eyes. It will water for around 5 minutes or more. So what you can do, you can put here in your neck, behind your ear, because then you have the vein that goes to the brain. Also shoulders, because sometimes we have headaches because we are too, a lot of tension there. And actually, peppermint is very effective to relax that. Or it's not exactly in the temple, but it's a little bit behind that. So where the vein goes. It's it's a little bit soft.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I can
found
feel
it?
Yes.
Yeah, so there is where the vein is passing and go to your arteries and veins go to your brain. So that's where you put to
So meridian.
attentions.
So the meridian?
It's actually physically. It's not only like a reflexology point. For that, you could use in the butt of feet, for example, or spine.
Okay.
And we have different pressure points as well, or meridians. Lots in ears, face, but peppermint, we don't recommend to do in your face. Okay, so peppermint essential oil from the Terra comes from US, has menthol, so menthol gives this refreshing and cooling sensation, and it's very good for good breath. Invigorates lungs because open your airways, very supportive to your respiratory system in general. Calms the stomach and head tension, so digestion and these tensions. Increases alertness and focus, so it's very, very, very effective for study and work. And the famous ones for memory is peppermint and rosemary. So if you're studying diffusing the peppermint or rosemary or both, and then you sniff them before a test, for example, helps you to recall the information that you were studying. And another one very good for study and focus is lemon, that we will talk a little bit later. So next one is lavender. Oh, so good. So I'll show them as well, the online ones. Hello everyone, hello Ben, hello Kim. Thank you for coming live. So this is the lavender bottle, so good.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
It is. And actually, the first time that I smelled the Terra lavender, I was like, that's not the lavender that I know, because they only use the flower. Because, again, the CPTG only uses the part of the plant that has the highest therapeutic grade. And if you crunch any part of lavender plant, the root, the leaves, any part, it will smell good and smells lavender. But don't provide you that therapeutic grade as high as we want. So they only source from France and another couple of countries from Europe where the plant thrives, and also use only the flower. That's why it's different.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. Another very cool thing about that comes from that part of the road is where the plant thrives, not only survives. Because when we plant lavender, for example, in Tasmania or another places around the world, the plant survives. And to do that, lavender is the plant that produces more camphor to adapt in different places that don't have that weather and all the soil that we find in France and another couple of countries there. So what happens is that with lots of people say that they are allergic to lavender essential oil, but actually it's not the lavender, it's the camphor that it produces in different places in the world. So, and it's not the good quality of camphor because there's different types. Some essential oils that we have like deep blue that we'll talk about later, has a good type of camphor, but the lavender one is not that good. So we know some people that have allergic reaction with other essential oils of lavender, but not doTERRA. And another thing about camphor in lavender is that camphor is uplifting and lavender is calming. So actually some people smell, oh, okay, that's good, but I'm not having the calming or restful sleep that I want with that lavender because it's not that high quality. So what else I can say about lavender? It contains linalool, which is this chemical compound that is soothing. It's the soothing and calming element in lavender, the main one. So it's very, very effective to soothe irritated skin. So for burns or irritation, insect bites.
Allergic.
Yeah, it helps a lot. Helps a lot. It calms not only your emotions but your skin. Yeah, it calms bee stings and insect bites, soothes emotions, and supports restful sleep and breathing. So it's very good for your breathing as well, but in a different way, which what peppermint does for us. So to sleep, we have lots of options. We like to diffuse, put topically. You can put in your pillow. Bottle of it is very effective as well. And another very effective way is having internally. Some people don't really enjoy the taste of lavender. With chocolate is amazing though.
The exception?
Yeah, with other desserts as well. Or with raw desserts, it's so good. But if you don't want the taste of it, you can have in veggie capsules. Easy, put that and have internally. When you're making your veg capsule, you need to have it straight away because in 5 to 10 minutes it dissolves. Differently from some products that doTERRA have is soft gels, which is a little bit different. Okay, next one. The king of the oils, frankincense. So frankincense is super famous in the essential oil world, and it's the king of the oils because if you're not sure which oil to use, you go with Frankie. We like to call him Frankie. And it has lots and lots of natural chemical compounds. Yeah, it's a tree grounding, musky smell. It's from a tree. They cut the tree and have the resin, and they extract the essential oil, distilling this resin, the rocks of this resin. And doTERRA frankincense essential oil is very, very special because what they did to increase the benefits of it, they include 3 different species in this essential oil. So each of them have different proportions of the chemical compounds. So combining them, you have a very, very precious final product. And at the same time, that's very grounding. It helps you to reset when you're feeling a little bit tired or foggy. It's very famous in Christmas time because Jesus received myrrh and frankincense essential oils, which make totally sense when you start to know more about them. Frankincense, for example, has, not all essential oils have that, but Frankie is one that has some of the chemical compounds that are so tiny that they pass the brain barrier. So it's very, very nourishing for your nerve system. So for a baby that's developing the nerve system, makes total sense to do that. So very good to put top of hand. And also very, very effective for immune system. I'll just check if someone has some. Any question there? Kim is having problem to access. I don't know why. Ben, can you hear us and see me? Hopefully you can. Okay, I'll keep going. Sorry about that, Kim. You received the recording anyways in a couple of hours. Okay, let's keep going. So frankincense, you can see more benefits of frankincense in how their benefits for health listed in the PubMed.gov, which is scientific articles. So if you type that frankincense, you can see lots and lots of benefits for your health that not always we can discuss in this type of classes because we are not here to do any medical claims or diagnosis. But you can check that in PubMed.gov. So as I said, it's very good to nourish your nerve system, also your blood, and in a cellular level because of those very tiny particles. Use Topically to beautify your skin. It's so effective. Some people use under tongue to when they have too much marks and scars in their face. It's very effective, but also topically. Frankincense is famous since very, very long time ago. In ancient Egypt, those beautiful black makeups, they use frankincense in the mixture. So it helps with the beauty of the skin and wrinkles around the eyes, for example. If you take, that's very good to know that frankincense you can have internally, so under tongue, very good for beauty, but also for meditation, concentration, stress relief, and also if you're feeling too much fear or anxiety, it's a very good oil to help with that, anchor you. And also internally, you support your immune system. It's very good nutrition for aches and pains because of the nerve system support. And when you're not sure, when you're in doubt, go with Frankie. Use frankincense, which is the king of the oils. So the next one is tea tree, which comes from Australia. Yay! Australia produces doTERRA's melaleuca tea tree essential oil and eucalyptus. And tea tree is very, very common and famous in Australia because of that. And people know that's very effective to clean in general. And yeah, it is true. But I used to buy those ones that you find in supermarkets or something like that, which is not a good idea because they put alcohol and other things there. It's not the essential oil by itself. And when I'm mopping, for example, 1-2 drops, it's enough. So it's very cost effective and you're not mixing with toxins. Yeah, artificial chemicals there. It's only the natural chemical compounds that we find in plants. So tea tree, you can add in your shampoo to nourish the scalp. It's very good when kids have, what do you say in English?
Lice.
Lice.
Lice?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because lice don't like the smell of tea tree, but some kids don't like it either. So what we do, we can put in the shampoo and also mix with water and a little bit of tea tree and another essential oil that the kid likes the smell. So you don't have this problem. Topically, it's very nourishing for your skin. It's antiseptic, very, very effective in this way. That's why it's very effective for cleaning as well. Good for your feet and, how do you say that, toenails. Because of all these properties that has. So when you have fungi kind of thing, it helps to support your body to heal itself and eliminate that. Good for mouth and skin. Some people like to have a rinse in their mouth to do that, to nourish their gums. It's very good for nourishing sores and rashes. Again, skin very effective. And you can also apply in cotton balls to soothe ear discomfort. So it's not the only essential oil that you can use like that, but remember that with essential oils, never, 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 never put in your eyes and ears. Ears never directly. If you're using your ears, you need a small cotton ball, and then you apply a little bit of the essential oil, 1 drop, and then you put in your ear, and with the heat of your own body, it will evaporate. So the vapor will do the work. You don't need to apply that directly, because it will burn, especially tea tree. So don't do that, please. And some essential oils like frankincense and lavender that are very mild, and we have some lists and books that talk about that. We can use down there, but usually we say if you're not sure, don't use down there. Never directly ears, and never, never, never your eyes. And internally, you need to know which oil is to have internally. Okay, next one. Oregano or oregano, depending on where you're coming from.
How do you say it in Brazilian?
In Portuguese, we say oregano. Similar.
Yeah, very similar.
Very similar. So,
It smells like pizza.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
so cool.
with a lot of this, huh?
Yeah.
Sure
It's
does.
so strong, so
Yeah.
strong. All the herbal ones are very, very strong. So if you're cooking with it, with any of the herbal ones, we always say to, if you're not cooking a huge amount, always to have less than a drop. So toothpick, grab a little bit in the end to not hit the oil, and stir, mix it. Oregano is one example that we always, always, always need to dilute with fractionated coconut oil if you want to use in your skin, because it's a hot oil that we call caustic. So it will burn, especially if you use several times. So actually, it's effective for tags, skin tags.
Oh,
So if you want that to disappear, what do? You put carrier oil around that. So normal coconut oil, olive oil in the healthy skin. And then you grab a toothpick, get a little bit of the oregano, essential oil, and paint the tag. Only the tag 2 to 3 times a day till it falls. So, and don't put Band-Aid on top of that, because then it will spread the oil in the healthy skin, and then we will hurt. And also internally, depending on the type of the tag, it will help this process as well. And oregano is very, very effective for immune boost. It comes from Turkey and supports health in general. It's very good for feet, toenails, and warts. So remember that when you put topically diluted with fractionated coconut oil, unless you want the wart or the tag just fall. Okay, cool. So mixing, we will talk about later of the blend on guard, which is specific for, it's a protective blend, which is for immunity. But combining oregano, frankincense, and on guard is wonderful for your immune system. Next one, very versatile and affordable essential oil, lemon. I love this one as well. For study, it's very good. It's uplifting. All the citrusy oils are uplifting. And it helps you with mental processes, focus. So very good and effective for study and work. There you go. Very famous. Lots of people nowadays are having lemon water in the morning to help the detox process. Helps your body to keep detoxing. But if you do that, lemon is acidic and becomes alkaline after it's in your stomach and you process that. So it's acidic in your mouth, the fruit itself. So it's not good for your
Enamel.
I
used to work in dentistry, so.
Yeah, and it's not that good. If you have sometimes, that's fine, but if you have every morning, every day, it's not a good idea. But with lemon essential oil, it is acidic in the bottle. If you go to the drugstore and buy those strips for pH, you can test, and it is acidic, but it's pretty cool to do that. So you can drop the essential oil in your tongue, and in contact with your saliva, straight away becomes alkaline. So you can test again and see that it's alkaline already. So it's all good for your teeth. You don't have this problem. And it comes from Italy, so Sicily in Italy. Very good to drink with your water daily to support your detox organs doing their job. Soothes irritated throat, so you can have a rinse and gargle and drinking water with that. Neutralizes odors, so it's very, very good one to cleaning as well. I like to mix, when I use tea tree, I am not a huge fan of the smell by itself, so lemon and tea tree is a combination, one of the combinations that I like to use for cleaning. Naturally breaks down petrochemicals in the body. That is very important to talk about that. Not only lemon, but all citrusy oils, they have this power of reaction with petrochemicals. So always, if you have a glass or metal, because in plastic, it will react and bring these plastic particles to the water. And we will drink much more plastic than it can help you to wash off. Because if you have internally, it helps your body to get rid of the plastic particles and all the chemicals that we accumulate. That's why it's very effective for cellulitis, for example, because we accumulate some toxins and the fat goes around and it helps with that. So if you have internally and topically, just remember to not go to the sun after 12 hours if you use topically, because it increases photosensitivity. Same as the fruit. If you spread lemon juice in your skin and get sun, it will tan differently, tan more.
Lose your hair.
Yeah, that's why some people put in your hair, because it helps with that. And another thing about the petrochemicals is that you can test in the styrofoam. If you put 1 drop of lemon or other citrusy oils, you put that, it will destroy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. In the cups, if you put that, you have a roll, a hole in the end, because it really reacts. So in some minutes, it's gone. That part that has contact with the essential oil. So that's why it's so important to never put in plastic, cup, bottle, whatever. Always something that's not petrochemical based. Cool. You can dilute lemon essential oil in spray bottle to clean home and kitchen, as I said before. It's a very good antioxidant source, and it's a detoxifier, as we talked before as well. And it's uplifting, elevates your mood as all the citrus oils. Next one, now we'll start to talk about the blends. This one is so good. It's the soothing blend that we call ice blue or deep blue. Depends if you're buying in Australia or US.
Don't put close to your eyes.
Yeah, it has peppermint.
Yeah, it smells like Vicks a little bit.
Yeah, because it has the camphor that we were talking before. So it's the good type of camphor.
Mm-hmm.
And also has peppermint, so close your eyes when you sniff that. It's ice blue in Australia or deep blue in US is the same thing, just the name changes. It's a super special essential oil. It soothes muscles, so relaxes. First you have that refreshing, cooling sensation, and then later on it gets warm. It's pretty cool. It's not only soothing physically, but also emotionally. So nourish muscles and joints. It helps with circulation. That's why it's so effective for active people, for athletes and active people. Before and after exercise, you can apply bottle feet. Joints, if you're jogging, for example, a lot of impact in your knees, you can apply that. And specific muscles as well. If that day you have arms training in the arms or legs. So you avoid pain. So with essential oils, we start to learn that it's not always true that no pain, no gain. You can have gain with no pain. So it's very effective for nourishing joints and muscles. You can rub in your arms, legs before and after exercise. Apply to tired and aching joints. And use to deep tissue massage. It's very relaxing. And even when I'm not with pain, I like to apply, some people prefer in their shoulders if they accumulate too much tension there. But for most of people, it's in their lower back. So even if you're not feeling pain, if you had a huge day and you want to rest and relax that, soothe that, you can apply in that region as well. And bottle feet, you have this quick absorption and also a systemic application because you have all the reflexology points when you apply in both feet. Next one, it's Breathe or Easy Air. Oh, I love this one. I use a lot in my Pilates and meditation classes because it supports a lot your respiratory system, also helps to open your airways, similar to what peppermint does. It has peppermint in it as well. And it's not that strong as peppermint. So depending on if you're buying in US or Australia, it calls Breathe or Easy Air. It's so gentle, and they have other products with the same blend. They have the respiratory drops. So you have your throat and your respiratory system in general. And they also have, very good, yeah. They stick in a cream form, so you can apply in your chest topically, which is pretty effective, easy, and cool. It's cooling because of the eucalyptus and peppermint and everything. It's a blend. It nourishes the lungs and sinuses. All of your airways, open them. You can diffuse at night for healthy and restful breathing. So people that have some respiratory issues or difficulties, especially when they go to bed. This is a very good one to use. Another way that you can use that is applying 2 or 3 drops on your chest or the stick that I pass around. And bottom feed is always a very good and effective way to support all the systems in your body. And you can do that as needed for seasonal respiratory, any type of discomfort. So next one, I will skip that one and we'll talk about this one in the end. So we go now for digestion. Today I don't have the 15 milliliters bottle. I have just a roll-on. So it's a little bit diluted. The smell, it's not the same as its pure form. For people that don't like licorice, the smell probably won't enjoy that much because it has fennel. I love this one because I love fennel, but some people, myself, is not a big fan as well. It's too sweet. But for digestive system, if you don't like the licorice smell of it and the taste, you can put in veg cups to have it. They are bottle feed, so you're not smelling that much. And if you want to substitute that, peppermint for digestion, physically digestion, ginger and peppermint are very effective for that. And citrusy oils also help. But actually peppermint is not good for digestion in the emotional part. For emotional, ginger is excellent to digest information, emotions, and ideas. But peppermint is tricky because peppermint actually helps you to, okay, I need to concentrate in what I need to do, but not deal with the emotion right now. You release the stress, but can focus, and you deal with your emotion later on with the ginger or digestion. So digestion is another blend as well. It eases digestive discomfort, or even if you don't have any digestive issues, it helps with a better digestion anyways. Eases motion sickness and nausea, unless you get nauseated with the sweet smell. Then ginger is the best option for nausea as well. You can use at mealtime for comfortable digestion. And you can also apply 2 to 3 drops on the stomach directly topically, or drink it with water. I just want to let you know that the fennel can change a little bit of your palate in your meal. So some people prefer to have in the veg cap swallow, or having the end of the meal to not interfere in the taste of the food. But it works very, very quickly. On guard, it's a very, very, very beautiful blend. It's citrusy and spicy. It's the protective blend. And it is so, so good. Yum. You can have it
like
on
Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's so good that doTERRA developed several products in the range of On Guard, the protective blend. This is a blend excellent for your immune system, to boost your immunity. And they have several products because you can get rid of the bad stuff and keep the good stuff, actually. So if you diffuse that, you purify the air and you avoid seasonal effects. For hands, for example, you can do your own sanitizer, hand sanitizer with that. just avoid going to the sun because of the citrusy part of it. But they have the foams, the hand foam, to wash your hands. So the cool part is that you get rid of the bad and nasty things, but you don't kill or get rid of the natural protection of your hands. If you use alcohol, it's effective to kill the bad stuff, but you don't have that natural defense anymore. So if you touch something nasty after that, you have a problem. It doesn't happen with the essential oil. Another very cool product with On Guard is the toothpaste, fluoride free. So for people like me that struggle with thyroid issues for a long time, no fluoride is awesome. They have the laundry detergent and also to clean your home in general. It's very effective, the concentrate of it. So, protective blend On Guard. You can rinse in your mouth to nourish your gums. You can diffuse in the air to eliminate airborne threats. It's very good for your immune support. You can apply 2 to 3 drops in your spine or bottom feet for these overall health and immune boost. It contains nature's most powerful antioxidant, clove essential oil. And clove is super cool for cleaning, especially toilets, for example, because it's the most effective oil to kill and get rid of mold. So pretty cool as well. And these 10 oils that we talk about are the core essential oils, are the most versatile oils, and it forms the foundation of this huge collection of essential oils. They are the ones that who work with them, we really see how everyone should have them. And that's why to purchase your oils, you have different options. You can have the retail price, which is the full price, but it doesn't make sense if you want to keep buying them. So we always suggest the wholesale. For wholesale, you have 2 options. You pay a $35 Australian dollars fee, and then automatically you have 25% discount in every product, plus other advantages in when you have your wholesale account. Or you can buy a kit. And the best seller is this one with the diffuser, which, by the way, comes free when you buy the kit. And when you do the math of all the products in their kits, the discount that you have, the biggest discount per product is this kit, the Home Essential Kit, which comes with all these 10 essential oils that we talk about in the 15 milliliters bottles, the big ones, except for Deep Blue, which comes with 5 ml. And the same essential oils come in this other kit, which is the Essential Collection, which comes with these 10 essential oils in 5 ml bottles, plus 15 ml of Smart and Sassy, which is the last essential oil that we'll talk about. I apologize that I don't have it anymore liquid, just a little bit, so today is just as now. I have soft gels of it, but I have every day, and I didn't realize that it was the only bottle that I have now. So I didn't order last month, so I need to order again. It's, yeah, I love the smell of that. And the taste is just amazing. It's the metabolic blend. So it helps you to keep a healthy metabolism. So if we come back to the oils there, it's in this corner here. It is Smart and Sassy or is Lean and Sassy, depending US or Australia. It's the metabolic blend. And we, doTERRA also have a health program with different products that they infuse this blend. It supports a healthy metabolism, nutritionally helps body break down petrochemicals as well because it has citrusy oils, supports healthy energy and lifts mood, calms the stomach, helps with digestion, manages hunger, which is pretty cool. If you take internally or apply topically on arms, legs, and feet, in cellulitis is very effective topically. Feet, you have this, again, systemic benefit. And they always suggest to have 3 to 5 drops in your water 3 to 5 times a day. So some people have all day this blend, sometimes I have that, all day this blend in your water. So it helps to support your metabolism and also this constant support for your detoxifying processes. Anyone have questions about these oils? What I'll do, I'll check here. I'll finish the online one now. So thank you very much for everyone that's watching the recording or is here right now. And please contact me on my Facebook page, Harmonia Pilates, or my personal one, Larissa SR Pombo, and my phone, 61 Australia, 411215401. And keep in touch. And if you want to purchase your oils, please contact me and I can send you the forms to do that. Bye. Thank you.